Ronaldo, take notes. You will never be like me. I am the GOAT of football. I just scored a hat-trick in the World Cup at the age of 38, and this washed Ronaldo can't even score a hat-trick in that Saudi Camel League. It's time to retire, buddy. This shit too easy, man. Ronaldo will never be the GOAT because he is more worried about stat-padding goals instead of winning a World Cup. Tomorrow you will see him running around like a fool, trying to score tap-ins and beg for penalties. He is so shameless.
Hey, Pessy, I just became a billionaire thanks to you. I can't believe it, man. I took you to score
38 years old, 6th World Cup, and last night, Lionel Messi walked into Kansas City and did something no man has ever done before. Scored a hat trick on the grandest stage in football. 3 goals, 1 legendary night. And when he spoke after the final whistle, he didn't talk about records or trophies. He talked about Rafael Nadal. That comparison alone tells you everything about who Messi really is, and why, even at 38, he still makes it impossible to look away. Let's set the scene first. Argentina opened their 2026 World Cup campaign with a commanding 3-0 win over Algeria. Messi scored all 3 goals, 2 of them in the second half, and tied Miroslav Klose's all-time record for most goals in World Cup history. But the numbers only scratch the surface. His first goal was a long-range screamer. His second was a clinical tap-in. His third was an inch-perfect curl into the bottom corner. The night belonged entirely to Messi, and this wasn't just any game. It was his 200th appearance for Argentina. He became the first player in history to feature in 6 World Cup tournaments. 6. Think about that. When Messi played his first World Cup in 2006, most of last night's Algeria squad hadn't even started secondary school. Now here's what made the post-match interview so fascinating. After a performance like that, after rewriting football history in real time, Messi wasn't talking about Ronaldo. He wasn't talking about the World Cup trophy. He was talking about a tennis documentary. I've liked playing football since I was a kid, he said, and when I'm feeling good like this, I give it my all. I'm watching the Rafa Nadal documentary. I think we're very similar in that sense. I want to feel good. If I'm in good condition to do it, I'll be there. That quote is everything, because it tells you that what drives Messi has never been external validation. It's something much deeper than that. It's the same internal fire that kept Nadal going until the very end. And when you actually sit down and compare these 2 men, the parallels are almost uncomfortable in how perfect they are. Both dominated their sports for 2 decades. Both faced an era of generational competition that would have broken lesser athletes. Nadal spent his entire career staring down 2 of the greatest players the sport has ever seen in Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Every Grand Slam, every big match, he had to be at his absolute best just to have a chance. Messi faced the same reality. Cristiano Ronaldo pushed him harder than any rival ever could. The back and forth between those 2 men elevated both of them into a tier that feels almost separate from the rest of human sport. But here's what truly connects them. Something that goes beyond competition. Both Messi and Nadal built their legacies not on raw talent alone, but on an obsessive relationship with the feeling of being right. That phrase Messi used, "When I'm feeling good, that's not small talk." That's the entire philosophy. Nadal was the same way. When his body cooperated, when everything clicked, he was unstoppable. And he chased that feeling relentlessly, even through injuries, even through surgeries, even through the years when people kept writing his obituary. Messi has done the same thing at Inter Miami, at Argentina, and now on the biggest stage in football at an age when most players are already retired or coaching someone else's team. With 16 World Cup goals, Messi has now also surpassed Pele's record of 21 for total goal contributions in World Cup history, bringing up 24 himself. That's not just a stat. That's a statement about longevity that puts him in entirely uncharted territory. Nadal retired at 38. Messi is 38 right now and still producing moments that leave the world speechless. When Nadal finally called it a day, the tennis world grieved for weeks. Messi is still here, still creating, still scoring, still rewriting what's possible. The The trophy count between the two is impossible to compare directly because the sports operate on entirely different structures. Nadal collected 22 Grand Slam titles across his career, 14 at Roland Garros alone, making him the undisputed king of clay in the history of the sport. Messi has accumulated 47 trophies across club and international football, Champions Leagues, La Liga titles, Copa Americas, and the one that meant more than all the others combined, the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. That tournament was the moment the football world finally exhaled, the one prize that had seemed just out of reach for his entire career, and he captured it. Now he's back in 2026 with another chance to add a 48th trophy to that collection. And after what he showed against Algeria, nobody is ruling it out. Both men also share something that's rarely discussed, their relationship with Spain. Nadal is Spanish. Messi spent the most transformative years of his life at Barcelona, in Catalonia, playing in La Liga. They weren't just two great athletes who acknowledged each other from across different sports. They were two legends who watched each other's greatness up close in the same country for years. That context adds real weight to Messi's words. When he says he sees himself in Nadal's documentary, he's not making a casual observation. He's recognizing a kindred spirit, someone who understood what it meant to carry the weight of expectation every single day and still show up and deliver. What strikes you most about Messi right now is that there is no sign of a man coasting toward retirement. The hat trick against Algeria wasn't opportunistic. It wasn't the product of a struggling defense carrying him. It was 3 distinct high-quality goals, each one a demonstration of every skill that's made him the best to ever do it. The long-range effort, the poacher's instinct, the technical precision of the curl. Messi at 38 is not a nostalgia act. He is a live, active, functioning threat on the world stage. And perhaps that's the greatest similarity between him and Nadal. Neither of them was willing to let age become an excuse before their body actually forced the issue. Nadal fought until the very end. Messi is still fighting. And right now, on the evidence of last night in Kansas City, nobody should be in any rush to close the chapter on either of these two legends. The documentary on Nadal